If you're planning to stay in Poland long term, whether you are a student, worker, or even an entrepreneur, then you should know about the residence card. This little card will determine your ability to live, work, and even travel around the Schengen area. But how do you get it? Who is eligible? And what documents do you need to avoid rejection? In this video, I am going to be breaking everything down to you step by step, from what the TRC is, how to apply, and the documents. So make sure you watch this video till the very end. Hi, my name is Oshune and I am a YouTuber currently living in Central Europe, Poland. Welcome to another video. In the part one of this video, I talked about what the TRC is, who is eligible, the types of TRC, and also the benefits of the temporary residence card. So make sure you check that video out to understand more. And today we are going to be talking about the application process and also the document. And we're going to be starting from workers. So in my previous video also, I talked about making sure you apply based on the TRC that fits your situation. So if you're a student, you cannot go and apply as a worker. It is not possible. The work TRC is done based on work, which means it is tied to a specific job. And when you're applying, you apply with the documents from that job, which enables you to stay and work in that particular job in Poland. I don't know if it makes sense. So yeah, let's talk about the documents. The documents you need for application is pretty simple. You need your work permit, you need your work contract, which means you need to be on a proper employment contract that covers your health insurance, states the amount you are being paid, and the type of job that you do. Do you get? Now you need passport photographs. I think 4, but you can do this in Ujod in the immigration office. There's a photo express there. You can just take your photographs there, which is easy because there's a particular dimension that you need for your passport photograph. So it just makes sense that you take it there on that day. So you need to go pretty early before your time. Do you get? So you need a valid passport. Your passport needs to be valid, not an expired one. Please, that does not count. And you also need proof of accommodation. That's your house contract. Then your passport, on your passport, you need to have a valid visa. You cannot apply for the temporary residence card with an expired visa. You cannot do that. So you need a valid visa on your passport. And also you need to make copies of your biodata page, the visa on your passport, and also every page that has a stamp on your passport. You need to make copies of it, and you also need to make copies of all other documents because you will be needing both the original and the photocopies. And also you need to get your appendix 1 and 2 from your employer. So make sure you speak to your HR or whoever is in charge. Just tell them that you're applying for your temporary residence card and you will be needing your appendix 1 and 2. They already know this and they will just give it to you. And last but not the least, you need to fill out the TRC application form. It is normally and usually in Polish, so you need to find a way to translate that and fill it out. Which gets very important. These are pretty much the documents you need for the temporary residence card as a worker. And also you need to hold a fee of 447 PLN because you would be paying it at the government office. We call them government fee. So you either do it by transfer. I don't think they collect cash. So you do by transfer and print out the form, like the receipt of payment, because you need to show it on that day at the immigration office. So for students, you need all the documents. Some of the documents I mentioned earlier, excluding the work permit and work contract. Instead, you'll be needing documents confirming that you are actually a student. So what you should do, you should go to either the International Students Office or the Dean's Office and tell them that you're applying for the residence card. I think they already know these things, so they'll just give you the documents you need. And also you also need a confirmation of tuition fee. So if you've paid your tuition, you need a confirmation of that too. So you need all these documents put together. Also, you need proof of funds. This is just bank statement stating that you can be able to take care of yourself for the duration of your studies. And I also advise that if you are coming to Poland as a student, you should at least give yourself 1 or 2 months to try and settle down and to get your documents ready. If you are being given, if your studies is 1 year, you'll probably be given like 9 months visa, but you can also wait till your visa expires. It is not actually a good decision. It's not actually a good choice because this application takes time and patience. So it is advisable you start pretty early so your visa will not expire before your card is out. And you also need to know that all these documents are in Polish. You need to fill each and every document in Polish, okay? And you also need to pay the fee of 374 zloty for the government fee. Like I said before, the TRC application form is usually in Polish. So please try and take your time when filling it. Do not leave any space blank if you do not understand anything and maybe the translator you're using is not giving you correct information. You could also ask for help from anybody that understands Polish so you fill the form out correctly. You can either download the file, like the form from the UJOD website, or you just pick up in person from the office. Do you get? Once you have all these documents all put together correctly, there are two ways. You can either book an appointment or submit by post. Booking an appointment, you go to the UJOD website and you pick a date. Once you get the date, you take your documents to the immigration office and then you submit your documents, originals and photocopies. Please, once you submit, the officer attending to you would look at your documents, put them in the system, and then give you a case number, your case number, and an inspector. This inspector is the person that will be handling your case all the way from biometrics and decision. So after this process and after you getting an inspector, they check your documents, and if the system accepts your application and everything is correct, you get a date for biometrics, which is for fingerprints. And on the day of your fingerprints, please do not go late. Please, if you have been given 10 a.m., make sure you are at UJOD at 10 a.m. If you are given 11, make sure you're at UJOD at 11 a.m. Please do not go late. It is very, very advisable to go pretty early. So on the day of biometrics, you would meet your inspector, do your biometrics, they'll collect your fingerprint, and then a stamp would be put on your passport. Please, that stamp is very, very, very important. It is a red stamp which carries the date of your fingerprints. It is very, very, very important. And when your visa has expired in the process of you doing the applying for the TRC, anybody that sees you and sees the red stamp on your passport automatically knows that you are in the process of getting your TRC, which makes you legal in Poland. Do you get? And also you need to know this, that stamp is not a travel document. If you are still in the process of getting your residence card, especially for those with no visa, maybe your visa has expired in the process, you don't have the right to travel. Please do not travel. Please, you need to be in Poland. Even after getting the red stamp, please do not travel because the red stamp is not a travel document. So after the biometrics is the decision. This is the point where you wait and pray. This is the point where every immigrant do not want to get to or do not want to experience, but it is part of the process, and the wait time for decision can go from 3 to 8 months, depends, I do not know, but some people, it differs for a lot of people and a lot of factors. One, depending on the area which you apply from, and depending on how busy they are in that area. Then two, it can be due to incorrect documents, so please make sure your documents are correct before you start your application. And also, if maybe during the waiting time there is like little changes on your part, like change of accommodation, change of employer as a worker, you need to always try and update the system that you've changed workers, you've changed phone number, you've changed apartments, because they would not contact you by email, they will not contact you by phone, they would send letters to your mailbox. So please, anytime you change apartments, make sure you update the system to avoid delays and rejections. Do you get? Now, when your decision letter is out, you would get a letter stating that your decision is out and you are to pay a fee, 50 zloty, to print out your card. And I think it's like you wait for like 3 to 4 weeks after your decision to get the card. So when you get a date to come for your card, you go to Ujod, you pay the 50 zloty and you get your card, which allows you to live, work, and travel around Poland. And to collect this card, you will need to bring your valid passport, because they are going to like check your passport number, your name, for correct details, like check their system. You need to show a proof of identification, which is your passport. You need to bring it along with you to Ujod on the day of collection. Do you understand? Now, this process might be too much for a lot of people. If you feel maybe you do not have the time to go to Ujod for the back and forth and all stuff like that, you can also contact a lawyer and just pay, if you can afford that, to help hasten the process and to reduce the pressure it has on you. I think a lot of people do that. They just pay a lawyer to do the process, which is still very, 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 very fine. For workers, most times the company you work for is the one handling your TRC process, or the agency that employed you is the one handling your TRC process. So please, once you resume at your place of work, try and ask questions. Try and know how and what it will take for you to remain legal in Poland and to stay long term for the duration of your work permit, because your work permit is usually 3 years. So please try and ask questions. If there's nobody handling it for you, you can do the process yourself, or also you can give a lawyer if there is no time for you as a worker. Do you understand? And that's the full process of applying for the residence card in Poland. If you have any questions, please do leave them in the comment section. I will do well to answer them. And please do not forget to like, do not forget to share this video, do not forget to subscribe. Thank you so much, guys, for the love. Oh my goodness, we have been monetized. I mean, full monetization. And I'm so happy. I'm so grateful to you guys. I call you people my not so little community, because it looks small, but the engagement I get on a daily, it's a lot. Thank you so very much. We are growing all around. We are growing in subscribers, we are growing in views, we are growing in watch hours. I am so lucky to have you guys, and may God bless you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.